iba-iba talaga yung mga naglalaro dito. And also, umabot talaga ng 110 teams na sumali today. 110 teams, di ba, Kuya Shin? Ano ba? Usog ba ako dito?
Ayan.
110 teams. So, ayun na nga. We have the first pick here, which is Nami. Usually, even the last week, nung nag-cast dito sila Yuko, yan talaga ang most pick na support si Nami plus the Brom again. Hindi talaga na nawawala si Brom. You know, alam nyo ba guys, si Vittorio, challenger yan ng League of Legends. Way back. Diba? Nag-pro ka sa LOL?
Hindi ako nag-pro. Pero
Almost pro na ba dun sa LOL?
Hindi. Parang laro-laro lang.
Laro-laro lang.
Laro-laro lang. Pero nakakalaro ko yung mga top 50 ng Philippines. Pero back into the drafting, makikita natin dito, they have the Kaisa and the Braum combo. And I think against sa Nami, napakahusay na idea yung mag-field ka ng Braum. Kasi once you get the unbreakable skill from Braum, kaya mo nang indicate most of the skills coming in from that Nami. Pero ang sagot dito ni Pogi, ni James, they picked up a Lee Sin and Corki, which can hunt Kaisa.
Yes.
Yan. Actually, pag meron kang Lee Sin, ang hirap para dun sa mga ADC, dun sa mga squishies na magtago. Kahit pa sabihin natin may Braum na may stun, as long as you proc up the stuns coming in from Braum. Pero pag tumama lahat ng combinations from Lee Sin, sobrang hirap na walang mapitas dito sa Koo
kasi
Esports.
usually kapag may item na din si Lee Sin, one hit delete na din siya, especially sa mga squishy heroes. Even kay Annie, although maganda din naman yung crowd control dito ng Koo Esports, they have the Wukong and plus Annie to be onto the front line. Plus meron naman silang Garen para makapag-silence sila. It's very, onto the side of Pogi ni James. Tinapatan din nila with the Galio eh. It's really a tanky champion.
Yeah. And actually, doon pala sa drafting phase, medyo nakakatakot yung mga wombo combos coming in from Koo Esports. You have the stuns coming in from Annie as long as he lands it in those 5-man combinations. Tapos, isama pa natin si Wukong with his Cyclone. Ang daming crowd control na makikita natin sa Koo Esports. Habang doon sa Pogi ni James, we're gonna see a lot of those 1v1 plays, a lot of pickoffs sa strategies nila dapat. Pero pag hindi nila nagawa yung mga strategy na yun, hindi nila kayang baugin yung isang lane, matatalo dito yung Pogi ni James sa late game.
Yes, kaya kailangan dapat dito sa Pogi ni James, they have to be more aggressive, mauna sila sa mga objectives. But anyways guys, this is gonna be the first game, best of 3? Best of 3?
Best of 1.
Best of 1. Best of 1.
Best of 1.
Kuya Shane, best
There's
of 1.
already a rumble here in the middle. Makikita natin dito, the first blood is going to be taken by Pogi ni James. Ito nga sinasabi ko sa iyo, yung damage coming in from Pogi ni James, ma-highlight dito sa early game.
Yes, because they have this Darius. We all know that Darius naman talaga, napakaganda niyan sa early. And the ultimate, yun yung Noxian Guillotine niya, napaka-efficient yun. Especially kapag meron ng agad na mamamatay, pang KS mo talaga yun eh.
Actually, napaka masamang pangitain yun for Koo Esports. Kasi late game pa yung potential nila eh. Wala kang makikita masyado sa kanilang lineup na mag-shine sa early part of the game. And then they already gave out the first blood.
Yes, and especially yun sa mga early to mid part, yan talaga Lee Sin, he will actually gank. So, kailangan nilang gandahan yung warding capability nila dito. Especially here, Nami is now trying to de-ward yung mga dito sa may tri-brush. So, nakikita natin dito, they have to be more, magkaroon sila ng team composure dito sa side ng Koo Esports. Kasi nga, sabi mo, wala silang pang early game.
Yes, and Infernal Drake pang ating magiging unang spawning objective as a dragon. So, that's also gonna be difficult for Koo Esports. Pero, meron sila dito mga tanks as long as they get all the right ganks for Koo Esports.
Speaking of right ganks.
And then the flash is going to be expended dito sa Darius on a top lane habang sinisecure ng Pogi ni James ng Rift Scuttler.
Yes, they really need to secure that kasi 120 gold din yan. Napaka-efficient yan in the early to mid game. Yun nga sinasabi natin dito, Infernal Dirk yung first. So, I think we're gonna see a good clash here. Hindi mo dapat ipamigay ang isang Infernal Dirk because that's really... Ikaw ba, sa tingin mo, kung nakuha agad yung Infernal Dirk ng kalaban ko, whether is it, anong dapat nilang gawin kapag nakuhaan sila ng DR?
Hindi naman big deal kasi yung makukuha mo yung dragon. Hindi ibig sabihin na makuha nila yung pinaka most coveted dragon dito sa game is they're gonna be losing out. mas mahihirapan lang sila for a comeback. Pero it's not gonna be totally possible. Meron pa rin tayong mga Baron and then Referral, and there's gonna be a lot of those trades and exchanges. Nave is gonna go into the turret fire, and that's gonna be another kill exchange. It's gonna be a 1-1 for Pogi, James and Koo Esports.
Yeah, that is really a good start for the both of the teams. Dahil nag-exchange lang sila ng mga kills. Kaya naman nakikita naman natin dito yung gold is really tight lang. So makikita pa natin yan later on kapag nag-agawan na talaga sila sa DR. And speaking of agawan ng DR, low health here from that Braum. They're going to be a dive here with that bubble. Flash is gonna be forcefully commit from the side of that Pogi ni James, and they're going to recall na because mag-start na sila dun sa DR.
There's going to be a lot of flashes expended and ultimates already being used by Koo Esports, but there is still a lot of time to actually have the cooldowns ready for the next clash. Dyan sa ating mga Dragon, and Rift Herald is going to be up in 40 seconds into the map. And we're already seeing no one really having the advantage in terms of gold.
Chill lang sila dito because yun nga, yung pagkasabi mo nga, nagtatry lang mag-compose dito yung side ng Koo Esports kasi kailangan nila ng team composition. Kailangan as a team sila dito because they don't have like katulad ni Lee Sin na kaya lang mag-isa. But you know, ang ganda nung pagka-bubble doon ni Nami. It's just that hindi lang talaga sila nag-commit onto the bottom lane. Hindi sila nag-tower dive. Which is a good thing kasi kailangan mo talaga maghanap ng tamang positioning para lang makapag-tower dive kasi napakasakit talaga ng turrets dito sa Wild Rift.
What I thought was, napakaganda ng gank doon ni Lee Sin, but ang maganda kasi doon is the counter initiation coming from the Wukong using the Cyclone to actually deter the members of Pogi ni James to get that kill. Pero they traded up those objectives. Ang kinuha ng Koo Esports is the Rift Herald, pero in exchange nila with the Infernal Break, maybe they're going to be aiming for the first turret of the game.
Which is a good thing kasi mas maganda naman if you can get the first turret. And yes, they're aiming for the top turret here onto the blue team, but nag-exchange din sila. So nag-exchange lang sila ng push dito ng turrets, which is like talaga nagko-commit din dito ang Koo Esports. Kung anong gagawin nyo, gagawin din namin.
Pero possibly, makukuha rin nila dito yung second tier turret dito sa top lane. And wala masyado magagawa dito si Gobas with that Lee Sin because meron sila ditong Rift Herald plus 3 members of Koo Esports on the top lane. And makikita natin dito, medyo mahirapan sila because the gold lead is actually with Koo Esports at 1.3k in advantage. And that's gonna be a lot more items for Koo Esports. Although in the late game, they're gonna be feeling the Infernal Drake.
Yeah, because they got the Infernal Drake. And also kasi dapat may dalawang nag-protect talaga dun sa may top turret, which is more vision on the side of the Koo Esports.
Yes, and we're seeing a lot of the vision actually being into the side of Koo Esports. We're not seeing a lot of ward placements on the side of Pogi ni James. That's going to be difficult. Para makapaggawa sila ng play, they need to know the positioning of each players here in the map. And napakaganda rin naman ang ginagawa ng Pogi ni James because they are actually taking in all of the resources that they can. Yes, nakuha ninyo yung tier 2 turrets on the top lane, pero hindi namin nahayaan na mag-spiral yung control.
Totoo. Hindi nila hinahayaan na hindi din sila makakuha ng objective. Kaya nga wala muna tayo nakikita aggressive play dito. They're trying to keep safe kasi nakakuha nga ng dalawang turrets dito onto the side of the Koo Esports, while the Koo Esports here is trying to keep it subtle. Nag-aantay lang ulit ng DR. They're just getting all the objectives. Wala naman masyadong nangyayari. I mean, for me, I was expecting na magiging aggressive play to. Pero nung early start pa lang ng game, dun sa may bottom turret, now, they're just trying to get some items para makabuo naman.
Yeah, and very, very unfortunate yun. Feeling ko kasi dapat walang deaths coming in from Pogi ni James. I think there was an internet connection issue on the 4K. So,
yeah.
Very, very unfortunate. Pero, ganun talaga pag online. You don't control everything in the tournament. And ito na, we're seeing actually them just being safe, farming up, Wala tayong nakikita talagang mga impressive plays. We're not seeing a lot of pickups. We're not seeing a lot of good looks for the junglers.
I think kaya hindi din sila nag-commit. It's either nga meron nga internet connection na problem dito si Corky. So they're just getting those items hanggang sa maging okay na dito si Corky. But they're pinning in into that, I thought there's gonna be another commit here. Pero nag-ward lang dito si Nami. Which is a good thing. Face check lang sila. Hindi talaga sila muna magko-commit. I think until from the 10-minute mark. Pero may ward na dun sa may DR, which is good. Nakakita tayo dito. Also a ward as well dun sa entrance ng side ng Koo Esports. And they're trying to, they're securing that scuttler. 28 seconds from the DR. Dito na ata tayo makakita ng ng matinding laban.
Pero alam mo, may isang problem ako dito kasi
what is it?
yung Koo Esports, nag-commit sila for a two-turret push. Pero dun sa kanilang composition kasi, I'm not really seeing anyone that can split push. Di effective yung mga ganong strategy if you don't have anyone to split push for your team. And you only have a Garen for your Baron lane. And alam natin, Garen is not the most spectacular Baron laner na kaya mag-push as a single. Mas maganda pa mag-push actually si Darius. But we're going to see a commit here to the Cloud Break for Koo Esports, and now they're gonna be securing that. Pero the Cloud Break is just gonna give you a bonus movement speed, and that's not really a boon for this kind of composition. Kasi nga, sabi ko sa'yo, the strategy of Koo Esports is to be in those macro clashes.
Yes, yung macro clashes talaga. And more on a micromanagement naman dito on the side of the Pogi ni James. And I think that's why hindi sila nag-commit, because si Darius, he tried to push the top turret. Kailangan niya talaga makapag-push doon. And mahirap naman din mag-commit kung 4 versus 5 lang kayo, especially nahihirapan dito si Corky. We're not seeing any Corky plays here. He needs to spam a little bit more.
Actually, hiwa-hiwalay pa sila dito sa ating game. It's just gonna be farming all throughout. Hintayin siguro nila dito na mga luck items dito yung mga marksmen.
Yung mga core nila, EDC nila.
We're not really seeing a lot of those gold lead from each team. The game isn't leaning to anyone. But Koo Esports, though, is still trailing in terms of gold. Nakakuha kasi ng first year turrets from the top side and the bottom side. And alam naman natin na once you haven't taken the mid lane, but there's gonna be a commit here. That's gonna be a silence coming in from Garen, but the slow coming in from there. And that's gonna be a 2-man knock-up coming in from that Nami. That's gonna be Cyclone being committed also. Ultimates are gonna be up. Judgment is gonna be hitting. That Lee Sin is gonna be falling. Darius is also gonna be dangerously low, but there is gonna be a shield coming in from the Nami, and that is gonna be opening up the Baron for Koo Esports.
You know, I really like how the tidal wave was really commit there, plus the bubble of Nami. Kaso nauntog kasi dun si Lee Sin. And mahirap kapag yung pinaka-core nyo yung talaga yung mahuhuli doon at si Garen pa talaga nakapatay doon. But it was really a good fight for the side of Pogi ni James. It's just that yung positioning nila, napunta sila doon sa masikip na part. And, you know, things happens talaga. And the Baron was really secure here from the side of the Koo Esports, which is same pa din. Tight pa din ang gold dito ng dalawang teams. It's really interesting, you know, even though nananalo na dito si Koo Esports. Actually, yun yung first natin makikita na clash nila talaga na aggressive plays. And now, they need to burn that Baron buff kasi mas mahihirapan sila mag-commit. But onto the bottom lane, there's gonna be a 2 versus 1, and Wukong is gonna be slain on the side of Pogi ni James. But here comes the side of the Koo Esports trying to get in. But here comes Listen trying to do a little bit of micromanagement and not gonna commit.
Yes, that's gonna be the combinations coming in from the strengths that we're seeing from Pogi ni James. As long as they don't go for a commitment in a 5v5 clash, they are gonna be winning it. But in terms of going for those clashes wherein they lost it in front of the Baron, as long as they aren't going to be in that position, they're going to be able to contest against Koo Esports' strong macro plays.
But still, there is a Baron buff here. They're just trying to clean all the minion waves just to sustain the game. It's been 12 minutes of the game, and we're seeing here a lot of errors on the side of the Pogi ni James. as you can see guys in the map, talaga naman kitang-kita nila doon, they really wanna get that Listen trying to secure the buff, but still nawala na isang turret.
There is going to be a lot of the objectives onto the side of Koo Esports. They already secured a lot of towers.
So excited.
There's going to be a death rush here. That's going to be Corky being taken out by Koo Esports. We're going to see Karya being knocked off with a Cyclone.
Nice.
And that is going to be another secure Hero's Entrance. Is going to be used for a lot of knockups again. Shield of Durad is also going to be procced out. That's going to be Killer Instinct. Also going to be procced out by the Kaisa. That's going to be a win for Koo Esports.
Yeah, the thing is, they did a death brush on the side of the buff. Yun yung pinakamaganda dito sa ginagawa dito ng Koo Esports. They're gonna do a death brush, and then if they get an objective, they're gonna go for the DR, you know? Medyo ko kinapos na yung title wave, but let's see the bubble here. Napoprotektahan dito ni Brom. There's no steal na mangyayari. And, you know, this is the time, from the 30-minute mark, hawak na ng Koo Esports yung buong map, you know. As you can see, we can see here warding capability from the side of the Pogi ni James. Kasi naman, si Darius din kasi naligaw eh. Naipit siya sa gitna. And alam na natin yun, ilista nyo na mamamatay siya doon sa part na yun. Nahuli na kasi yung isa nila. I'm telling you, may emotional clash na nangyari kanina sa recent clash ng ginawa dito ng Koo Esports. They think that they can actually go for it, pero nag-disengage sila last minute. Might as well, dapat lumaban na lang sila kaysa nag-disengage na lang sila. Since ipit na sila doon.
I don't think na kaya ng Pogi ni James without the Corky. And once the Corky was taken out of the equation, there was no one dealing a lot of damage. Yes, you can get a lot of damage from a single person from the Lee Sin if he's going to be able to lock in onto the Annie or the Kaisa, but that's not going to be possible when the Braum is going to be in the front as well as the Garen. Plus, you also have the disruption that the Wukong can bring with the Cyclone getting a lot of knockups during those 5-man clashes, and that's the problem with the composition of Pogi ni James. They don't have anything to actually contest in those 5v5 clashes.
Honestly, nili lang lahat. So, tama ka naman doon sa sinabi mo. Kapag namatay talaga doon si Corky, it's gonna be hard for them to do a positioning or to get an objective because isa si Nami, range naman siya pero she's a support. Nakikita natin dito. I was expecting nga na I think ang gagawin nila dito ay protektahan yung Corky, but it's the other way around. Hindi nila ma-protect. Kasi ang galing din kasi nung ultimate dito ni Wukong na pupuntahan niya agad si Corky. Talaga naka-focus fire siya dun.
I think hindi siya sa protect. It's the Corky actually thinking na he's gonna be able to get the red buff without any kind of vision onto their jungle. If you don't have any vision on your jungle camp, it's better not to go. Especially you're a Corky who's very, very squishy na kaya kang i-burst down ng isang Annie.
Hindi kasi nila kaya muna i-frontline for the Corky to position. Yun yung nangyayari dito ngayon. Hindi maka-frontline dito si Galio. Although maganda naman yung hero's entrance niya, but there's not enough damage from the side of Pogi ni James.
Yes, and we're gonna get a catch-up here. That's gonna be a lot of slows. Hero's entrance is gonna be procced out. And that's going to be Galio in the back of the enemy lines. He's going to be in a very dangerous position. Ani misses up that flare-up. And that's going to be the Shield of Duran with the Winds of War. That's going to be the Justice Punch being blocked by that Ani. And that is going to be another kill secure for the side of Koo Esports. While Garen is actually going for a split push into the bottom lane. Nami is not going to do anything on that Garen's tanky health. And that is going to be another Baron secure for Koo Esports.
The thing about that is that sama-sama kasi dito ang Koo Esports, you know. Wala na talagang magagawa doon ng isang Galio. And all we have to wait is that ouch, saktan ako. All we have to do is that antayin si Corky mag-online.
Yeah, and the problem here is that we saw Lee Sin actually being caught out by the members of Koo Esports. And the problem here is the vision is actually being won by Koo Esports. They have placed a lot of advanced wards into the camps of Pogi ni James. And that is making it hard for Pogi and James to go for a comeback. Because if you are actually in the losing side in terms of gold, in terms of objectives, you need to have advanced wards as well to actually be able to preemptively go into a favorable position. And that's going to be a killing spree on a 1v1 on Darius and Garen. And that is going to be detrimental to the side of Pogi and James. That's going to be opening up a lot of the tower pushes for the side of Koo Esports as well as the Elder Dragon. But there is going to be a skirmish here into the ball lane. That is going to be a lot of health being shaved off on Mizaki, but he still has his resurrection up. And that is also going to be the tier 3 turrets falling one after another. Is this going to be the end? And that's going to be the Justice Punch Shield of Duran. And it's going to get a lot of it. That's going to be Kaisa being shaved up. That's not going to be enough. That's going to be Killer Instinct. And that is going to be a finish with Koo Esports dominating round 2.
Well, that was, you know, one...